Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. With the sunrise spark, fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Morning on the mic. Wake up, tap in, baby. The Morning Mac Show. The Morning Mac Show. Yeah. Coffee on the dash, pages in your hand. Big news, small laughs, right at your command. Mac got the truth and the jokes on deck. If your day felt rough, we could fix that right. Listen close, now it's time to ride. Scene with a grin I preach. Hot take in the mix, but it still can reach. Caller on the line, laughs in every room. From your front porch chair to your work day Zoom. Hands up, now the countdown's done. One bright moment and here we come. Strings rise high, horns cut through. This one's for you. The Morning Mac Show. Turn it up, let it roll. The Morning Mac Show. Take the day by the throat.
And we back. What up, Trey Money? What up?
The first day of the week. What's poppin'?
Monday madness. A lot of people be mad on the Mondays, boy. You gotta get up after that good weekend. Nobody be feel like getting up, but we gotta do it. Appreciate anybody who already in here tapped in with us. My boy Matt first as always. What up, Matty? Appreciate
What's
you
going on?
tapping in with us, brother. What up, Taz? You got
What's up,
Taz
man?
Taz on here. Salute, brother. Grand Rising. What you
I
talking
know
about?
that you just
China
tapped in
told
for the job
Trump.
after the disaster trip in China. So how can we still? Is that okay?
Look, man ain't waste no time. I think that
Nah,
comment
we came in, right?
was already up here before the show even started. China. What's going on? What's going on with the world stage, Matt? You know, I call it the world stage, man. That's the best entertainment on television right now. What Trump do now? I remember he put us in chains and all this at one point. You know, you had the agenda, was it? The agenda,
hmm
something 30, 2030, that 2026, that there's so many.
Uh-huh.
Can't keep up, man. None, Matt. We just
Just
getting started. Just getting started.
the beginning of the week. What's up, Tay? It's beginning of the week, first day of the week. Excited
Yeah.
about a Maryland though. That's what I'm ready for. Get
They
hella
said it's
whiskey
supposed
this
to be
season.
1,000 degrees today.
Oh well, it feel like halfway. You know.
1,000 degrees. Now y'all better stay out there, sun, stay hydrated. Don't need nobody falling out today. It just be so weird here in DC. 1 minute it's cold, next minute it's hot, too cold. Then it rain out of nowhere, thunderstorm back. I was like, come on, man, pick something. Like pick, so
Let's
we
stick
can
with it.
decide what we
Get used
gonna wear
to it.
for the next month or so.
Right. Hot in
It's,
the day, cold in at nighttime and shit.
so he surrendered. He just handed it over to China.
I'm not complaining. You
Oh
gotta know.
yeah, you really think Trump can just do that? You think he can just hand something over to China? He got that type of power,
Maybe
man.
I'm ignorant because I don't be giving a fuck. I don't. Maybe I'm ignorant. Maybe I'm not in the right place in life as an adult. I just don't
Nah,
give
I
a
just want people to use their common sense. If it was any other president, would they be able to do it? But for some reason, Trump got more power than any other president ever had in the world. You know, so it's just like if the other ones was puppets and they was being controlled, why y'all don't think he's a puppet and being controlled? Is it because he was already rich when he got in there? I wonder why do people think
I
like
think
he just
because he's
did
not
what
polished
he
like he's not polished and like politically correct like the other people that have been in play before. Like they might have said some real stuff, may have done some cool things, but nobody's been like as I mean I like it. If he going I don't like have to like them or support them or none of that shit really. But if you say something real as shit, I'd rather hear what you saying real as shit, verbatim, straight to the forefront versus you trying to throw some legislature in front of it with some big words in front of it to make it sound like this or that. You going I mean, I like somebody straight up. You ain't gotta like me or my kind or whatever, but if you straight up about what you talking about, whether it
so
works or doesn't, I don't know. But
Hey Slim, people be knowing more about these people business than they neighbors and shit. Like he owes money. I bet y'all can't tell me how much y'all neighbors owe,
right,
if they owe at all, how much debt they might be in. It'd be amazing. It'd be like, how do y'all know he owe money? Like them people don't owe money. Money don't exist to them. That shit is fake. Money
people
is
less
not real.
politics now.
They print the money. They can do whatever they want. And that's why they trying to turn everything digital. So now they
Yeah,
ain't gotta harass you, calling you, trying to get money that you owe them. They can just snatch that shit right out your account. But
yep.
I don't know, man. You know, it just like how y'all getting this information. Like the only way you can know information about me if I tell you. Now you go out here and start asking people, how you think that's fat? You know, it's just like you asking people that don't even have a relationship, or somebody broadcast this information. So now they control the narrative. They can tell you certain things. So I don't know. I don't know. I just be like, them people got money we don't even fathom even thinking of, and they out
Yeah.
there finessing. It's just different levels. People finessing at all levels. We down here at this lower scale. We got to deal with the people finessing us at our skill level. be worried about them. But where they at, they doing on a whole nother scale, man. They bringing in billions, man. They got shit called Israel. Like that ain't real. People still think Israel is a real thing. That's why I think the name is it real? Like it just sounds like they just playing games. But all this money go to Israel. You know, all this funding go there. And when we bring up NASA, everybody supporting NASA, but I keep telling y'all, NASA at the end of the day is the funding every day. Just look at how much NASA make daily in they funding over that, and then you'll see where the money going. So it's just like they come up with all these programs and stuff just to have you left or right, and you don't know where you at. I don't know.
I feel like we keep bringing it to the forefront, but then we come off like we tripping or we just be smoking weed or whatever when we bring up certain things. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, regardless of whatever he's supposed to be, whether people hate him or love him or whatever, like he got people into politics. Because in my 32 years of living and since I've been conscious and hearing about presidents and stuff, I ain't never seen nobody like this into what's happening and what's going on or whatever. I mean, he shook something up because people are starting to want to research this and try to put this and that together. Now you care about America's budget and now you care about your budget and shit. So cut NASA.
Um,
I
I
mean,
just like if he affecting your day to day life, like if shit really changed for you, then yeah, you should be complaining about it. But for most people, they doing the same thing they was doing when the last president was in office. A lot of people working the same jobs. Only thing changing is the pay on everything going up. So it's like that was going up before he even got in off. So it's just like I don't know what they doing out there in these other countries or with China, but I know right here in America, gas prices is going up crazy. Pepco is going up crazy on people. So it's just like, what is going on? They gonna blame the war. They always got excuses for everything, but they
uh,
still get money to build all these little buildings and to build all this little private little ballrooms that they want. So it's just like, hold on, I thought we ain't had no money, you know. So it's like, nah, they go up when they want more money and when they want to make life hard on others, you know. You want to cause stress, just go up on everything.
right.
What up, Cali Cal?
Thank you for that reaction on the morning page.
Hmm.
Appreciate that. hmm So yeah, I don't. That shit don't consume my everyday life. People get so. That's why I tell motherfuckers push away from the TV a little bit. Motherfuckers don't really hear too much on the radio about nothing. Everything they get shit from is the TV or online. I just want people back away from that shit for a little bit. Live, breathe, and smell the coffee and shit a little bit more. Because people get consumed by shit they ain't got no control over. You stressed out over something you ain't got shit to do with. You ain't at nobody's table at the meetings. You ain't nobody asking you what you think about shit. Like I like to see people move forward if they can. You know.
Yeah, I know Cal, no. Cal beyond. Now, I know people that be on it though, man. I just tell them I ain't really into politics, but
Yeah.
you know, y'all want to talk
Yeah.
about it, we can talk about it. But it's just like politics been around before I've been born. It's gonna be around when we gone. And
Yeah.
from the very beginning, from what I'm looking at, it always been some bullshit going on. They always getting people being paid under the table. We got politicians getting arrested for stealing money. And you look at it, it's been going on forever, you know. So it's just like, okay, they stealing money. Like, tell me something new. Tell me something new. What can we do about it? If they stealing money, what can we do about it? That's what I want to know. What can we do about it? What we going to do about it? I don't want to keep hearing people crying about it. That's like a kid coming home, keep saying the kid bullying. What the fuck you gonna do about it?
What
You
they
gonna just
ass or not?
keep coming me whining about it? What you gonna do about it? You know, and that's the thing. You just keep coming whining, saying he doing this or she doing this, but what are you gonna do about it? Or
Right.
what can we do to help you? You know, so it's just like
That's
I
what I
don't.
want. Solutions. We're gonna talk about a solution. Things we can actually do, and who the fuck gonna pull out the pen and paper is what I want to know, and actually start writing this shit down. Cause I hear ideas a lot. Ideas don't mean too much of nothing to me if we ain't writing that shit down and actually start executing that shit. Matt said they just told a huge oil company uh, in a hostile takeover for less than the ballroom cost. It's fire sale of 1842. I looked into. I'm not aware of it, and that's the problem. The government should be for the people, by the people, not based in service to themselves. Yeah, but I'm also on the notion that if I know what something is, to me that makes shit easier when you able to identify what something is because I'm not going through a little. I ain't gotta be solo screen. You ain't gotta put me on solo screen. But yeah, I ain't gotta you know, if I'm aware of something, I'm able to identify something as a for what it is. I don't have to worry about it as much anymore. I don't have to trip about it. So I wouldn't be. I'm not saying for people to not talk about stuff and not bring stuff up. I'm not saying that at all. But it's just you'll realize the further down the rabbit hole you go, you just realize how much you're not involved in shit. You know. I don't know if Molly tapped out on the screen or what.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, all good.
Oh my
But yeah,
God. What can
maybe
we
we'll put money together, buy land, start a community.
who you buy the land from? Like tell me who you buy the land from, Cal? That's what people don't understand. They be like, well, just start your own company. Where do you go to start this company? Who give you the LLC? Who give you the permit? Is it not the same people?
Yeah, right.
The Black Wall Street did not exist.
I think we forget. People forget
You
that stuff.
try, but they gonna bomb it. You know, like you can try everything. You think people before us wasn't as sharp as we are today, if not smarter, because they weren't dumbed down through school and stuff like they do us now. I just like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. We gotta find a way that ain't never been done before. We can't talk about it too much online, you know, because that's how they put an end to it too. Because they own all the platforms. So it's like I don't know. You just gotta say fuck it. I think that's it. Stop just. I think how they get it. It took blood. You know, like a lot of people acting like they came to Americans like, oh, sign these papers, and they tricked us and it's like, oh, we got your land. Like fuck no,
What's up, Cal?
that shit don't work. They came over and started killing shit. They started slaughtering people. And then they came up with all these man-made laws and stuff like that. But before that, they went to war. Everywhere you go, you look at it, ain't nothing but POWs, prisoners of wars, and they just switch it up and say it was slavery. Nah, it wasn't slavery. Y'all came over this joint, started slaughtering people, took over their land. Y'all ain't they ain't buy no land. And I think the same way we lost the land, it's the same way we gotta get it back. That's the only way. All this like we're
Me.
gonna play their game and beat them at their game. They created the game. They can always change the rules. That's why laws be changed every fucking week or month. Every month or so is a law change. Yes, because we starting to figure the game out. So what they do is they rig it, and we just keep thinking we.
Go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
It smell like
Like
uh,
fascism.
my boy Chow. What up, Chow?
What's up, bro? Thank you for that reaction on the morning page. I seen that. Thank you, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but shit, I'm trying to live my fucking life. I ain't worried about who in the big house doing what. That don't mean don't pay attention. That don't mean act like the stuff is not there. But I don't wake up like, oh, what's Trump doing? My aunt be on that type of time. I just, you know,
Yeah, it's smart. I mean, they pushing fear. That's what you should do. Because how else will you keep a mass amount of people under control? It's billions of people out here. You can't just keep threatening with jail. You gotta threaten them with all types of shit. Hell, hey, you do this shit, God see you. You know, because if somebody ain't dead, even God might get you to second think about that. You know, God might punish me for this. You gonna go to hell. You know, like what is hell? Oh, it's when you burn eternity and felt like who the fuck experienced that? Then came back and was like, hold on, let me stop this eternal fucking. I gotta let my people know that dog, we burning down that joint for eternity. Like, hold on, nigga, you ain't burning now, so it's obviously stopped at one point, you know.
right.
But it's like, who told you that? And we made out of energy, Energy is fire. Why would I be scared to get burned? You know, but they just put these fear tactics out there to keep people under control. You put certain religions out there. Yeah, so it's smart, you know, I think to keep a mass amount of people from running chaos and doing whatever they want, going wherever they want to go. You know, we should be able to travel freely, but now you need a passport to go here. Need an ID to do this. You know, you gotta get on a plane, you gotta pay to get here. You know, so it's like it's crazy, man. But for some reason, people okay with people just walking over this motherfucker, just right across the border. You know, just oh, it's cool. Like, no, it ain't cool for us to do it nowhere else. We can't just walk in China and be like, look, we here. You know,
Yeah,
maybe Mexico, if anything. But nah, man, I don't like it.
I'll be
See,
streaming live after hanging out with y'all this morning, printing some shirts right now. Okay, shit in motion.
I
That's cool.
tap into your Twitch.
Hmm.
See what you doing on there, man. It's
What
just
time you going live, child? You said hi. I just stared at the sun directly for a little bit. I saw something beautiful. Sun gazing is a real thing too. Not in
yeah.
not like with no type of clouds and that now, but a little slight overcast. You can sun gaze.
And look right at that motherfucker. They put that little myth out here. You stir the sun too long, you go blind. So people start to believe that. But the more you look at the sun, the more your eyes adjust to it. Then after a while, it ain't a problem. I can look right at the sun. Like I can stir at it. I remember like years ago, that shit used to like bother me. But the more I did, and after a while, it just got adjusted. So yeah, I see a lot of animals sun bathing. You see it all the time. You see even alligators come out the water and get some sun. So I just think that's very important. A lot of people don't understand it because they think it's called sun worshiping and all this other weird shit that they make up for you not to do certain things that can actually help you, like grounding your body, you know, actually walking barefooted on the grass. They got us out here wearing tennis shoes and stuff like that to keep us from actually being grounded. And we all out here thinking somebody hurting in other countries, like, damn, they ain't even got no shoes. They don't want no motherfucking shoes. Why we just always assume people want to be American so bad? Like,
Yeah,
no,
that's the problem with Americans. Everybody don't want what y'all got. Y'all
yeah,
got fucking poison in your food and water and shit and false hope around this motherfucker. She didn't tell anyone she showed up and told him that they were that's before Trump. She showed up and told him the way it was. That was before Trump. She, who is she? Mrs. Something.
wait, it was, yeah,
I'm missing something. He said she didn't tell
yeah,
anyone. She showed up and told him the way it was. That it was that was before Trump. It
yeah.
started not being so bright. Then a huge pink glow came around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you. Yeah, when your eyes adjust and everything too, when you start doing it, you start to see things. I feel like. What about all these women talking about how they free bleed in the ground? You got that shit from Suki Hana. You ain't hear that shit from no other
I
bitch. I ain't
say
heard that
I
bitch.
ain't never hear that one.
Suki Hana talking about she a free bleeder. You ain't heard that shit from nowhere else. I ain't never heard no woman say no shit like that.
Damn,
Don't y'all just be walking around marking shit up either, sitting on couches and shit marking shit up. Don't y'all be on that.
damn, shout you out
Free
here
bleeder.
walking in bloody fields. I don't know about that one.
Bloody knuckle. Bloody operation.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Nah.
Shout, don't know about that one.
Alright,
Nah,
first one up.
I
That's
think
cool.
talking about it. You gotta be careful. You hear what Destiny be talking about on here.
Man.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, yo,
it's different.
so that voodoo shit on your ass.
It's good for the plants. They do use animal blood for a lot of plants and stuff. But
Yeah,
I don't know,
nut
man.
meal and bone meal and shit. That's good for plants.
I don't know. Son.
Yeah, I don't know about no blood though.
I don't know if people's out here growing shit with period blood and shit.
Yeah, wonder why the shit growing so much. Cause
They
it's
need,
period in it.
yeah, that's the case. They need to start jarring that shit and selling it.
Right.
That's some nasty shit though. Let's get
Some
into this.
nasty motherfucker out there that abide.
Yeah,
You make some
let's get into this first clip.
all
See what
good.
Auntie talking about right here.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs to hear this? But when people exclude you, don't try to chase your way back in. Too many people spend their time trying to get into spaces where people have already decided they don't want you there. You explain yourself or you over explain yourself. You try to overly impress. Then you try to earn what should have been given all along freely, which is respect. See, not every door that is closed is rejection. Some doors are closed for your protection from the wrong people, the wrong energy, the wrong mindset. So here's the thing. The truth is, when you're in the right space, you don't have to convince people of your value. You don't have to fight for basic respect. But when your mindset is off, you take rejection personally. But when your mindset is strong, you take it as direction. You realize this isn't where I'm supposed to be to grow. So instead of forcing your way into the wrong room, build yourself into the right one. You don't need access to every space. You just need access to the spaces that align with who you are becoming. Share this with your bestie so the two of you can grow together. Love you. I don't know who needs to hear this, but when people exclude you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything. Like I said, when I use somebody else as a tool to pass a message along, usually what they say, I ain't gotta be solo screen.
I do, bro. I'm doing it 'cause I gotta do something. You ain't gotta keep saying.
oh, my bad, my bad,
Yeah.
my
So if
bad.
I took you off, it automatic. If I take me off, it.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So I find a way.
Okay, I got you. You're right. Um, but usually when I play a video and I'm using somebody else as a tool to like send a message across to somebody, I try to make sure uh, number one, what's on your timeline is it shows people what you into, whatever. So my timeline just be showing me stuff that I can be using, uh, for a message for other people. I don't. The last thing I want to do is be on here hearing a lot of sentiments about people going through this, going through that. They don't know why they're going through this. They don't know why they should come into that. Um, it's because a lot of people are shooting for the wrong things. A lot of people are motivated by the wrong things, and I'm talking about conversations that I hear on this platform typically. Um, Obviously, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But I'm starting to want to bring messages to the forefront that can give somebody a little insight because I just hear people uh, with great gifts and talents, but just be caught up by a lot, um, in their personal lives, people they're interacting with, and I just hate to see people held back by um, stuff that doesn't serve them, stuff that has no weight or no true value to it. So that's like the message that I got from her is, or this message is to not worry about being in anybody's space. You don't have to worry about fitting into the mold. You don't have to worry about like trying to fall in line with anything. Um, I feel like people are set back and they can't get where they want to go because they keep themselves in a mental box. Everybody worry about what's cool, what's happening, what's popular, who's doing what, like, and yeah, it's just tied to a lot of the sentiments I hear on this joint.
Yeah, I agree with it. Like she's saying as well. It's just that the part when she say, find a space that fits you. And the thing is, I tell people all the time, always that you got to make sure that you ain't the person that's toxic, and finding another space that fits you, you just finding more people that's like minded. So even if you find a space that fits you and you is a low energy motherfucker, you just still gonna have low energy. Because sometimes you can be in a space when people trying to push you to do good and it don't feel comfortable. So now you don't feel that comfortable because they actually pushing you to do something. They actually telling you better than what you think you are. They actually telling you, nah, don't keep doubting yourself. You can do it. And a lot of people don't want to hear it, so I get both sides of it, like if you is in a space like that, I think you should stay, and you should listen to, like she said, some of those criticism and don't look at it as a bad thing, but look at it as a way you can find a way to correct whatever it is going on. But now you're in an area or in a space that is just fucked up. and it's just bad energy, and you trying to ascend, you trying to get past these negative things that's going on, then you need to find another room. You need to get out of that space. But I just need people to know who they are, know who you are before you just start going from room to room, because you can be the problem, so then know what you want, because you actually is part of the energy that's there. A lot of people just exclude themselves. If I'm in a room and it's five of us and they saying it's tossing in here, I'm part of that as well. A lot of people like say, well, it was done, because at the end of the day, I can bring a different type of energy. Even if they might want to be in they fight now, I can change that energy. If my energy is that good, I can change it up. Hey, look, man, we need it. Y'all calm down. We can do this. Hey, y'all, look, man, get out of that. You got people that's like that, but then you got people that's like, oh, you gonna let them talk to you like that? Oh, you a bitch. You gonna let them play with you like that? So you got instigators, and that's the type of energy that I don't want around, but it be around sometimes. And sometimes I think alcohol plays a big role. I never really been somewhere with a bunch of weed heads and shit just went crazy. But I've been
Right.
a lot of places when there's a lot of drinkers and there's liquor involved. People just start losing themselves. The women, the men, people fight and they shoot, and it's just like, what the fuck is in liquor? It's just like,
Yep.
what be causing it? But yeah, she made a lot of good points though. I like her.
I wish that some more of the panel would be on here because a lot of the sentiments that I hear over time. Anybody catch any of these shows, depending on whatever day it is, a subject that's going on, you'll hear different sentiments. But people deserve to have a peace of mind. Is really my point of the video. Um, like you said one time, instead of it being us, maybe sometimes it do got to be another face. Sometimes it is a frequency somebody else is on that can make the message get across. But a lot of people be sad. Like externally, you might be everything, but the for people like me, I feel like they got a certain eyesight for certain energies and stuff like that radiating off of people. I can see that sadness is leading to the forefront, regardless of how strong you are or how good you think you are at hiding. So it's just like when people, for those that I give a fuck about, if I don't give a fuck about you, then you just got to deal, whatever. But if you're somebody that I consider dear to me or of importance, it's like I don't know. It's just like all the person would try to hide and keep on. I might not even say nothing about it, but all that people try to hide and keep under the surface leads to the forefront because a lot of insecurities and stuff. And half the time, the insecurity is where they place themselves. Like it wasn't even necessarily projected. They get in their own mind about things and put themselves in a box. But I'm I'm gonna start utilizing other people to like convey a message. Because sometimes they don't. It's not the person that is delivering it. You need to come up with a different person for them to receive.
Yeah, I just look at it. I only know what people tell me, so I know just based on my life, it's a lot going on with me that I just don't talk about. So I just assume other people do it as well. I just feel like some people might tell you something, but you ain't gonna know everything about a person. So
Not at
just
all.
based on a little bit of information that I do know, I can't really judge them, but at the same time, I just try to find ways, what can I do to help you become a better you? I don't know what you do outside when we ain't talking. Somebody else might can see you as a cold piece of shit. They probably be like, you a thief, you this and that. I don't know that. I just know my relationship with you, that individual. And there's a lot of people that come around and they like to throw dirt on other people, and that's one thing I be careful about, because a lot of people start to have judgment on people they really don't know. And it's based off information they heard, like, oh, I heard they did this. I heard they used to do this, and I heard they used to do this. Like, what have they done around you? How do you feel about this individual for the last 2 or 3 years that you know them? 20 years ago, they not that same person, and you know that because 20 years ago, you not that same person. Shit,
Exactly.
3 years ago, we not the same person. So that whole the stigma on somebody is no different than somebody coming home from jail and trying to change their life, and you keep bringing up the past. It's just like, nah, people can change, and be okay with change. But if people did change, like, accept the change. I just don't really sit back and just try to figure too much of what everybody else doing. I mostly focus on what I'm doing, but they do bring it to my attention. I do find ways that I can possibly help. because that's the reason they probably bringing it to me. They feel comfortable telling me these things, so it might be a way that I can help, and if I can, that's what I do. And that information ain't gonna leave that room. You ain't gonna hear 3 months later, oh yeah, I talked to Marley, he told me you such and such. Like, I'm just not that person. No matter what it is, that's you could be lying too. So I don't want to pass on information. And a lot of people do that. They pass on information that somebody, trusted them with. And half the time it ain't always the truth. So now you just feel like it's the truth because they ain't tell nobody but you. But that's how you get rumors and stuff started. So I just always just sit back. I don't judge too much, and I just find ways that I can help people because I know that I still got work that I need to work on myself. So to sit back and judge others, it just like don't make sense to me.
But where does the line draw to judging? Like when do you consider to be judging versus somebody? Because and I ask this question because, and I use you as an example. I wouldn't know what you have going on unless you tell me.
Mm.
You wouldn't know what I have going on unless I tell you. And it's not just somebody, because you have people that bleed the help that they need out into the atmosphere. Whether it's them crashing out, whether it could be different ways that they are crying for help, whether they actually say it verbatim or not. Some people, you don't display a behavior that you don't be acting erratic. You got the same pretty much neutral tone. That's what everybody know you for, the same neutral tone no matter what's going on and how you face shit and how you handle it. Some people don't handle themselves that way, and everybody's an individual. Everybody's going to face things differently, but I'm talking about more so when it's bleeding to the surface, when people are crying for help, whether they say it verbatim or not. But I'm speaking on the people that everything that's internal or is not healed yet is like shouting out loud before they open their mouth. Like, and if it's not nobody just casual, it'll be somebody like around you in your circle. But where does it go to like judging?
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta remember that you've been there before. It's no perfect human being out here. So whatever stage they in, it's no judging. At the end of the day, I see myself in other people. Even if they doing great, I can see myself when I was doing great, and I know what type of mindset they feeling, and I can still give them advice. Because a lot of people think people with money don't have problems. People with money actually got more problems. It's just that the only thing people without money, the problem is getting money. That's the biggest problem. So I just look at myself as putting my feet in their shoes. I try to look at things from where they coming from. It don't matter how bad it is or whatnot. So I would never judge at all, but I would try to step in their shoes and see how they see things. And if it's ways that I can give them advice, then they can take it as judgment. And that's why I like the video where the lady said, some criticism, you got to know how to take it, and learn from it, because you can learn from criticism, but all the time it ain't criticism, it's advice. If you was riding a skateboard, you trying to jump down the steps and you bust your ass, and Tony Hawk or somebody came, or a professional said, look, this what you did wrong, they'll love it. It's just like anything else that people love. They love getting advice on that, but it's correction. It is being judged if you want to look at it that way. It don't matter if you playing sports. It don't matter if you're a singer. If Whitney Houston came and said, hey, you can hit that tone a little better if you did this, you ain't, oh my God, they judging me. Oh, no, you accept it. So it's just that people don't accept it when it comes to real life situations, because most time the advice coming from somebody who haven't done it, or they
Yeah,
haven't seen done
that's
it.
true.
So it's just like saying somebody who don't know how to hoop trying to give you advice on how to play basketball. It's like, nigga, you never played.
How to get a leg up and shit.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's tough. That don't mean they don't know though. It's just hard to get that information to them when you're in the person. So even when it's things I didn't go through, I never been to prison before, but I done had kids that came home and they were saying they need advice. I got buddies who've been to prison. I can't sit back and tell them what they should and shouldn't do. I can, but it come more from somebody who actually been through what they've been through. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I still grew up in the same neighborhoods as them. I seen a lot of the same things, but somebody who experienced what they experienced at that age and got through it and they can see some success in it, oh, you need to talk to them. You need to talk to my boy Drees and them at Today's Pizza. These dudes came home after 20, 30 years. They got a couple of businesses they own it. They got nonprofits. They helping with the kids. So I'm ready for them to talk to them to see that you can come from this and you can do good. Not just saying me talk about it. It's like they like nigga, you ain't been in the trenches, you know, you ain't been in the jail, and I know where they coming from, you know.
Yeah.
So can the dude talk about playing sports that never played? You just like you don't know what it takes to actually get out there, you know, on them tour days and them extra condition days and shit. You don't know what it takes to actually make a team. So it's like you can judge all you want. I ain't gonna put no energy into it, but you got some people fall for the bait. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I do things.
I feel you on that. You have a gut feeling.
Mm-hmm. Guns and butter, baby. Guns and butter.
Burns the butter, baby. That makes sense.
Butter.
I feel
That's
you on that.
that's good. Let's lead right into this next clip.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a very popular video that is going around the internet. A young man is headed for the death penalty, but the court is saying that, you know, he should stay alive because we can get a lot of free labor out of him. And I want you to hear the conversation between the state and the judge. They're basically saying he is healthy. We can get years of labor out of him. We shouldn't kill him. But let me just tell you something. You got people ready for your life more than you're ready for your own life. This is the biggest trick on young Black men. The biggest trick is tricking you out of your life, making you believe that what's happening in the street is real shit that matter. You can't handle a judge. You can't even handle sentencing. He's crying behind sentencing. If you ain't ready to die, you shouldn't be ready to kill. That's how it works. If you ain't ready to die, you shouldn't be ready to kill. But see, what happens is, this is why they keep you high. This is why they keep you drunk. This is why they keep you fueled on music. This is why they keep you fucking bitches. Because as long as you can be out of your mind, you're in the perfect position to serve a life sentence. You're in the perfect position to get free labor out of you so that the Fortune 500 companies can continue to make their money. And here's something else that I want to say, because what's happening very frequently is a lot of young Black men are convinced that they got to get quick money, that they got to hit the streets fast. You want to know what's crazy? You allow this system to convince you that you need money fast, that you got to get it quick, that you can't wait, only for you to go to jail and serve a life sentence and don't make a fucking dime. You see the game that this society plays on you? Let me tell you something, young man. Not this man in particular, but the next young man who is on his way to do something stupid. It ain't worth it. I hate to be this person because I know that you all like to be coddled and held like a little baby. But as you can see, between the interaction between the judge and the state, no one is going to hold you. They are prepared for you. They are ready for you. They are even championed for you to stay alive so that they can kill you. I'm Madam President with a Z. I'm 100% politically incorrect. You need to share this video with a young Black man who needs his life changed. Now is the time.
I don't think me sharing the video with some of the YNs that I know around my block is going to necessarily help, but the conversation is on point. I didn't look into this particular case or anything like that. I didn't do all of that digging because I just took the message exactly for what it is. And it's been happening for a real long time. The video itself, the way it was, the way she, spoke on it was eye-opening to me. But I've never seen anybody like in the courtroom speak on getting labor out of somebody. We know what happens when you're in there, but I never heard nobody's life spoke over like that. Whatever you did to get in trouble, okay, you did whatever you did to get in trouble, but I just never heard nobody's life spoke over like that.
Yeah, I mean that's all prisoners is. It's a business, you know, and they had to use it to save his life. You know, if they was gonna give him the death penalty, they was gonna kill him. And he like, nah, this kid's still young, he healthy, he can get a lot of work done. Shit, I'd have been with him too. I can still work. Look, I got muscles. I ain't trying to die, you know. And it's just sad that he had to use that for this young kid to stay alive. I don't know what he did, but I'm pretty sure it was something crazy to get him life in prison and basically get him the death penalty. But that's all prison is cheap labor. You know, that's why they ain't gonna never go nowhere. A lot of these prisons got like contracts with the government that if they ain't got at least 95% occupied beds, then they can sue the government. Just look up, it's plenty of private prisons that sued the government and won because they had a contract. These beds should be filled. So the music ain't gonna never change They need these kids to rap about drugs and violence and stuff so they can put themselves in situations so they can fill these beds up. The music industry got a deal with the jail industry, so that let you know it go hand in hand. So it's no different than a sick patient, and the doctors working together with the pharmaceutical companies. It's like one going to make sure they get sick and stay sick, and the other one going to make sure they stay made up. So it's the same thing. They're going to make sure these kids stay dumbed down. They're going to make sure they enjoy violence and they enjoy getting in car chases because now they going live while they getting chased by the police. And it is like, it just don't make sense. But now you watch these kids playing Grand Theft Auto, they really want to bring it to the real world. So it's a business. This the only way they can keep money generating is through the jail system. These dudes be out there making most of the stuff that we use and occupied every day, definitely in office spaces. Them chairs and desks and stuff being created. Most times it was created in the jail. So it's just like, why pay somebody that's out here, a regular citizen, 25 to 30 an hour to do this when we can pay them pennies? You can pay them 10 cents an hour, $1 on the pen, something slight, and they will enjoy it because they get some free time. They get to get out. They might tell them, look, you might not get the death penalty now, or we'll take a year off your sentence if you do this for a certain period of time. When all they should be doing is their rehabilitation and school. They should be, or some type of religion or something like that. But instead, they got these people out here working. And it's like, if that's the case, you might as well work. If that's what it's gonna be, if you're gonna sell drugs or do whatever it is just to go in there and work, you might as well just work. Just like they're gonna put your ass to work anyway, or they're gonna kill you. So it's a fucked up. This is trapped.
Yeah, it is tough. Do you think anything can be said to the kids of these generations? All right, Kyle. Do you think anything can be said to these kids nowadays? Because it's on a whole nother type of time, and nobody's too far gone. You can always reach somebody. It's always somebody to reach somebody. But I'm just trying to figure out what can you even tell these kids like nowadays, like because I know niggas is doing some of the shit that you mentioned, and it's a blessing when somebody has like love and respect for you. But when you look at somebody and they doing all the things they doing, they don't, I feel like it's a disservice to them if you're not saying nothing to them. But these kids like doing shit I ain't ever did, so can they be reached? Like, can you reach them?
Yeah, I mean you can, but that's the thing. I was like, it ain't meant for every kid to be saved. Even when I was young, we had plenty of kids that was bad. They've been to jail, got friends coming home from doing 20, 30 years. They made mistakes, but it was still a few of us that was able to grab that attention from somebody older. Like somebody older came around and talked to us. Some of us did listen. It might look like ain't none of them listening, but a few of them listening. So you're not gonna be able to save all the kids, but you be able to save a few. And them few can actually pull in more kids. That's why I tell a lot of people, because ain't nothing like seeing another kid do something. Then you telling them, hey, yeah, you come over here, y'all come to the wreck. I can. But if you at one of them other kids just do it voluntarily on their own, the rest will follow, especially if you're a leader. But it always gonna be bad kids out here. It always gonna be kids out here selling drugs, doing all the things that they doing. But I can't blame them because it's the adults that own the platforms. It's adults that own these guns and stuff like that. How did the guns get on the streets? I know no 12-year-old kid ain't making guns or not. And if he made them, what equipment did he get? Somebody owned that equipment. So it's like everything that they actually purchase is owned by the adult. So just like the adult stop putting it out here and stop trying to generate money off these kids' death and getting them locked up, then it'd be different. But right now, these kids got a hold of drugs, all types of things, and it's mostly because of the adult. There's no way a kid can get a bottle of liquor unless an adult is involved. They be like, nah, when we was young, no, you still got an adult to get it. You might was a crackhead or something, but it still took an adult to play a role. So just like we stop being adults and stop being big ass kids and stop feeding into what these kids trying to do, then they have a chance. But if not, we keep pushing all this negative stuff, the music and stuff that adults own, and we pushing the kids. They managed by grown adults, you know. So it's just like they allow them to push this music. So it's just like, man, we got no chance because the adults are evil. You know, they push out negative shit. So all you gonna produce is negative shit after that. I think if everybody push good shit and positive shit, the kids will want to do that as well. It just depends on what we do.
Yeah, that's right. That's solid. It's yeah, it's tough to see people give their lives up. You know, I don't know what rush some of these younger kids around the way. Like I don't know what rushes they get off of doing that. I know when I stepped in somebody without even saying too much, I got in somebody's car and I seen on the motherfucking on the dashboard where it said you need the key that the key is missing. Them, them push to start joints. You gotta have the key in the car to be actually roll off with it. When I seen that shit on the dashboard, I said, "Why I say you need a key?" Oh, cause such and such and such. I'm looking around to see where the fuck the key at, nigga. You on that hot shit, So it's sad to see people throw this shit away. I know you can't save everybody, but you know,
Uh,
I think it's sad when you got shit moving forward and you see people like doing shit that's unnecessary. You ain't even gotta do that. Half the people don't even be in a position to have to do anything. Most of the stuff that they do, you know. If you gotta survive, doing certain things, I don't judge nobody because, you know, I don't know what that feel like to be in that position. But half the people I see doing what they doing don't have a reason to be just falling in line with shit, you
yeah,
know.
I'm telling you, if a kid wake up and all he see is crackheads and gang bangers or whatever they want to call them, drug dealers and shit like that, he'd eventually gonna fall into that lifestyle. But imagine another kid waking up seeing lawyers, doctors, and all these people doing all these things, and it's just like that's his environment. So it's like both of them grew up in those two different environments. Even if one make it out here and there, majority of the kids that made it in that good environment, they gonna be all right because it's what they seeing, it's their influence. You know, like the cool dude around the way might be the nigga who catching baddies that keep their gun on and shit like that. You know, that might be a cool dude to one of these kids. They might look up to him. But then in that other neighborhood, this guy who got a scholar and he done been to school 8 years and got his doctorates and shit, they might look at him as like somebody inspiring, like, oh, I want to be like that one day, or a TV star. It's just something that keep these kids out of the streets, you know. So it's just like that's what they gonna be influenced to want to be like. You know, it's just like, man, we need more role models in the community that's positive. But every time somebody make it out of the type of areas, they go live elsewhere. They might come back and do a charity or something, but these kids can wake up and know that this person stays right here or live in my area or when that, or I can bump into this person. In California, they bump into celebrities at the ice cream shop. That's regular for a kid, you know. So it's just like that's normal. But for a kid here, they go off, they see LeBron James. They probably do backflips and all types of shit. But for them Cali kids, that's normal. So when they started doing their thing, they get older and dealing with business with people like him, they're gonna be used to it. They not seen LeBron on the regular, so Bryce ain't nothing. They gonna be there. Let's do a deal with Bryce. They got relationships, you know. So it's just like most of our relationships is the weed man. Oh yeah, my cousin uncle, he be having them pounds, you know. But instead, on the other side of my cousin uncle, he be hiring. You know, he can get you this $100,000 job a year. All you need is this. We can get you in. You know, so it's just like it's different connection. I just think the upbringing though is a lot, and a lot of people don't understand just because somebody adult don't make them wise. You know, it's a lot of kids being raised by grown kids. You know, like they still ain't get the chance to learn. They still had a lot of grow to do themselves, but they already a parent. So it's like all they can do is teach them what they know, you know, and we still learning as we go. So it's like I'm still learning shit in my 30s that I was like, damn, if I knew that in my early 20s, man, I'd have got this on my daughter ASAP. But it's just
Uh-huh.
like, when the next kid come around, that's why I think a lot of the younger kids be a lot sharper because you get it wiser parents. It ain't that, oh, they smarter because of this and that. No, they parents are out of that phase, or they probably got a party or go out a lot, or they messed up with you. They may be like, you ain't finished, but this one gonna finish. You know, I messed up with you, but I'm gonna do right by this one because I got my mind now. You know, I was blind to a lot of things, so I don't know. We got to be careful with these young.
I believe in second chances and everything. Everybody got a chance to do something better, you know, the next time around.
Locked down.
Take the village, he said. I feel you.
Take a village, Matt. You gotta get part of the village, Matt.
Come to the realization that I have aged out of commercial rap. It's just too much for me. How much more coochie we gonna pop and how many ops we gonna kill? We have murdered everybody at this point. Ain't nobody left. Y'all ain't got nothing else to rap about. All you making is serial killer music. And we supposed to be like, yeah, hey, the ops, I'm back doing trash. Trash. And I get it. Y'all gonna say, man, he old. You right, I'm old. And you know how I got here? Not listening to op music. Back in the day, we had a diversity. A plethora of songs that we could listen to. I could dance in the club, or I could listen to Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. I could turn on Ice Cube, or I could listen to Jay-Z. Right now, all you got is murder, murder, kill, kill, stick them up, backdoor, pop some coochie, throw the yams. Is he gonna buy me a purse? I need a Louis bag. Wear my Chanel purse. Every day, it's just begging and murdering. Begging and murdering. And every now and then they throw in a rhyme about, I'm gonna abort this baby. Like, too much information. When can we just get back to having fun again? I understand rap is a young person thing, but it also, there has to be some level of consciousness and diversity in this. I've come to the realization that I have aged out of commercial rap.
Yeah. Like, I ain't one of the people that be like, oh, back in the day, you know, all that type of shit. Obviously, you know, you control your narrative, you control what you're listening to, and all of that. It's just, whenever I'm in the car with my family members and I turn on the radio, it's just something about some pussy popping. If I gotta turn off almost every station because the shit is like trash, I just wish that I wish that we can revert back a little bit. There's still artists out there that you know, that are pushing good music that's not filled with all those things and everything. But I understand the system too, so it's funny to me. It was a funny video to me, but it was a real video at the same time. But I mean, with that, it was just funny, I guess, for the most part, because it is what it is, really, when you understand what's going on. You understand the agenda, it kind of take away from the question of why is this way? But it just sucks that that everything's so basic. Every song like 2.5 minutes. Ain't nobody got the capacity to listen to nothing no more, like a long message or nothing. It just damn, like I want to see more. I want to see like more variety. I just miss when, you know, the variety of music was pushed. You know, now it just seems like everything's funneled down to a certain type of music. It's all in what you listen to. It's all in what you subscribe to. But, you know.
Yeah, that's all the youngest pushing, you know, and I guess that's what's selling. When I was young, that's all I really listened to, you know, unless my parents and them put on something. Then they were just like, I gotta listen to this, and I liked it, you know, just like one my go-to. Like I was trying to put on like Lil Wayne, Cash Money, BG, stuff like that, 3 6 Mafia. Like I was into that damn Max, you know, like I wanted to hear that shit slide on the motherfucker, you know. Like, I don't know, when you're young, it's like that's the type of music got you hyped for games and stuff. And you don't know, you know, when you go outside, like I said, it's your environment. That's what I hear blasting out of people's cars. You know, that's what I hear at the cookouts and stuff like that until they start putting on them old school jams, and we all still love it, you know. So I think for the kids, it's like you play it early in their life, they like that type of music. They wouldn't mind hearing it. But if not, and they just started picking their own choice, they might gravitate to that type of music because that's what all the other kids listening to. They want to say, I know the words too. When they play it in school or at the little parties and stuff, they want to know they hip too. They know the dance to the song and all that type of stuff. So I don't knock them because I know we had our time, but I understand that you get tired and that's all you hear. You'll love to hear one of your kids listening to some Luther or be like, damn, I didn't know you listening to that. That's good to know they switch it up. But if it just straight kill every day, then shit, you
Yeah.
might need to, introduce them to some different music. You
Yeah.
ain't got to shit on their music. Just say, I want you to hear something. Most time, how my father got me is, it was always a song that I liked that they stole the fucking beat
Sample.
from. Yeah, a
Yeah.
song that he loved, and he'd be like, "Man, that ain't the original." I'm like, "Man, you lying, man." And then he let me hear the original. I'm like, "Man, they took this from this." Then I started to know a lot of this music is just recycled, but it seems like they took a lot of the good music, the soul type music, and flipped it to trap shit. So it still gravitate us and make us move, but they add their twist to it. And I think as time go on, it's gonna change. It might get back to conscious rap. I don't know. It depends on who they want to push at the time. They was pushing Kendrick, and there was a lot of conscious rap out here. But now they back to pushing that other shit. Drake just dropped this new shit.
I heard
So,
that.
I've been listening to Iceman. That joint been good. So it got a little mixture. It ain't just for the kids though. The kids ain't gonna listen to it probably. It depends. But I just love music and overall, and I just feel like you're a person that love music. Make music. Make something
Yeah.
that we listen to, something that's positive. That's the thing. Like you can actually create music and you complain about what's out here, then you the problem too. It's
Yeah.
like you can actually do something about it. Like I don't like the fucked up drinks out here. So I can keep complaining about it. No, I made my own drinks. I can make my own lemonades, and hopefully people will like them enough to keep buying them. But that was my way of contributing to the shit that I don't like. But there's plenty of things out here that we don't like. So I love the conscious rappers out here that they don't mind that. Or I might not get a million views, but I love doing music. This the message that I want to push. I don't care what anybody think about it. I'm gonna keep doing it. And them the type of people that I support. So depends on their algorithm too. If you can get them shake ass and joints, then that's you, nigga. That's what you like to hear. That's you.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't see a lot of positivity growing up, but I wanted to break the cycle. Yeah, you got to be the change that you want to see. Just like Molly was saying, if you got something that you can put out there that can shake up some minds and change the narrative somewhere, then that's cool. You know, I agree with that on the positivity note. But when people see that, it's people seeing it and seeing that they don't want to continue to support and live by that. Like, you deal with somebody that's abusive and you go to other people that's abusive or whatever, and whatever they call it, with a cycle or whatever you get into mentally that allows you to think that's okay. Just as an example, but it's the people that make the change and see what's wrong and they like, nah, I'm not gonna go for this. He said, I sent you a video, Molly. Started 33 seconds. It's 8 minutes. Just play 30 seconds of it or a minute. So he said, okay, just play a minute of the video. Oh, okay.
Okay. See what Taz is talking about.
Pull that, man.
They watching YouTube movies, boy.
He said 8 minutes.
They started what time?
He said started 33 seconds. You can play like a minute of the video after 33 seconds.
Okay. See what they talking
See what
about.
change tone of the conversation. Appreciate you for wanting to send in something, Taz.
Oh shit.
Not oh shit. What the fuck you playing? Oh, okay. All right. You on this type time. Okay. He said, ironically, you want him to start it on 33 seconds. But
is that 32?
I was the manager of Zodiac Productions, which Zodiac Productions, its name's been changed since then. I'm not even sure what they call it now, but it's the largest music conglomerate in the world. It owns RCA Records, Columbia Records, Motown Records, owns almost all the concert booking agencies in the United States. And that's not even the name of the company that owns it. The name of the company that owns it is Brenner Enterprises, and Brenner Enterprises is owned by Chase Manhattan. Chase Manhattan's owned by Standard Oil, and Standard Oil is owned by the Lords of London. You can track it all back. You kind of get the idea after a while. But I was the managing president of Zodiac Productions. It's one of my jobs as being one of these 13 people. I got to know many of the people who produce music and sing the music and play the music that you play. Now, one of the closest friends that I got during that time that I obtain was a man named David Crosby. Crosby, Still, Nash and Young. I saw David the day before Christmas last year. Talked with him. I got him away from this witch that he had with him. He told her to go shopping. We were in West Hollywood, and I was witnessing around to people I knew. We went off in this store, and we started talking. I said, David, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. I said, I already know the answers, but I've been gone for 5 years. I'd like to know if certain things are still the way they were when I left. I said, now I have to explain some of this when I'm done, because you're not going to understand it all unless you know something about music. I said, do they still take the master to the temple room? Dave said, yeah. I said, do they still have the coven conjure demons into the master? He said, of course. I said, now, I got to know something. What's the main reason for rock music? He said, come on, Lance, you know what the reason is. I said, please, David, I don't want to guess. Tell me what the main reason is. He says, the same as when you were in, so that we can play spells on people that we couldn't cast spells upon. I'll explain what that means in a minute. I said, okay, one last thing. I've been hearing that you must be an initiated witch now to get a record contract. He said, that's right. He says, many of us that weren't total witches have to be witches now in order to produce music. Thank you. The master is a tape about as big as the top of this podium that looks like an overgrown 8-track that the album is cut on and is placed in a machine that produces and presses the records and the 8-tracks and cassettes that you buy. After it's been recorded, it's taken in. This is why a master is cut months in advance before it's released. On the full moon, it's taken in to a temple room about the size of this auditorium that is in every one of the major music companies, behind locked doors up in the executive offices. And it's placed on an altar sitting in the north of the room and a pentagram engraved in the floor. And 13 hand-chosen witches and wizards and a coven come in and conjure a principality or a power up, usually Regia or something like that, and order him to tell the demons under him to follow every record and every tape coming off of that master. As I tell many Christian parents, you can go home and count your kids' records, probably.
I don't want to play too much of it.
Golly.
Yeah, I heard about that though. That's why I always tell people, MC. They be like, that's my favorite MC. That's just a master of ceremonies. That's why you see Travis Scott keep on doing this little weird shit. And Welcome to the Rapture with Lil Uzi and all this shit. People really believe in these things, you know, and they actually be doing a lot of shit when it comes to music. You know, I heard they do this over every album. Definitely if it was #1 on the chart. So I know there's a lot of Kendrick fans out there. I tell you, he part of it too. Drake's, all of them part of it, you know, and they just understand their role. Some of them probably don't really believe in that shit. They probably just like, shit, they believe in it. I'm going to do it just to actually get this money, you know. But I wonder if y'all believe in these things. We know they doing it, but y'all believe that these things can actually help them get the things that they've been getting here on earth, like them praying or doing these rituals over this album. That's what made the album go #1.
I think a lot of that shit is people's intent. I don't think people realize how strong their intention is, and I think that some of the knowledge that people have on the top of the food chain, I think a lot of humans think that they are onto something when it's really them that's bringing it forward. I don't know, because I don't know how I feel about demons and hell and the devil and all that type of stuff. I don't really know, honestly. I know that they're doing this type of shit. I know that they think they're doing something, but I feel like there's a hidden knowledge there too that, I think something that could be used for something good can be used for something bad too. You can even look up Boston bargaining.
Yeah, right about that.
But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not trying to be floating over no altar doing shit or nothing. Throwing no cinnamon on the album and shit to try to make no sales. I feel like I gotta do that. I don't know, like you said, they probably don't believe in the shit, but they need the people that's around to think that they with the shit so they can go and push their album, because it's all about the algorithm and whether they want something to be pushed. Everything is held back unless it's something that they give a green light to be pushed. Faustian bargain is a metaphor for a pact where someone trades something for supreme moral or spiritual value, such as their personal integrity, soul, or principles, in exchange for worldly material benefits like power, wealth, or knowledge.
Mm-hmm. It's just like for me, it's like I really believe people believe in these things, and and I think that people with the money is the people who can get them to actually believe. Because if I got endless money and I print the money and I tell you if you do these rituals and things that fortune will come your way. And once you do it, I give you fortune. It's like these same motherfuckers who got them doing the rituals, giving them the money. It ain't like a deity coming out of the thin air and just handed it to them.
Right.
That's the thing that gets to me. They are like it's just like they in the house and they prayed to the devil and the devil just woke up. They had a box full of money. It's like
Right.
no, they hooked up with some evil people and they got them into whatever rituals they doing and they around people with the bag. So as long as you keep doing what we want you to do, we gonna make sure you can become whatever you want. You want to be a movie star? It ain't that you pray to the devil, he made you a movie star. The motherfuckers who own Hollywood, you under, they putting you in position. And the minute you don't do what they say, they gonna take you out of position. They gonna make you look crazy. So it's just like I don't know. I just think that it's people in power getting people to do these rituals that they believe in. And that's probably why they thinking that they can stay in power where they at. They got to make sacrifices. They got to get certain people to actually give over to these demons. They can't create music. I really believe that. I really believe the people who actually own all the music industry and shit, they can't create anything. So they use this fake shit, money, magic to actually hire people to do it. And it's just like, damn, when we gonna wake the fuck up? They can't make anything. I bet you all the people that own all the gas and shit in the world, they can't dig. They can't make the machine that dig in the earth to get the gas. It's just like they can't or get the oil. So it's just like, what are we doing? It's like people gotta understand, man. They just outsmarting us. They can't actually do the work. If they had to actually go out there and filter these water and do all the things that we doing and ship things from this place to that place, it's like they won't do it. Even the guy who own Uber, you think he out here riding around niggas in Uber? Well, nah, he created the platform so we can do it. And it feel good because like we can generate money and stuff like that, but it's the same thing as transportation. Hey, transportation. Now they cut them out. Ain't no more of that. And now you get these Ubers out here. And what's weird is you got more Uber cases than when it was transportation of molesting and rape and all this weird shit. It's like, damn, you thought that'd be safe because the nigga name and profile on there and shit still goes south. But when it was just a dude at the grocery store, you barely know him, but as time went on, you got to know him. And not the wild shit, they damn near like family.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might get free rides. They know when you're gonna get your check. So it's just weird, man. I just think it's people that's in power that believe in those things that get people that we see that they put in power to do those things, hand signals, all that type of
So
weird
how do
shit.
you feel about how you feel about the celebrities that say that they channel a spirit of some sort in order to like be perfect at their acting role, be perfect at their performances on stage or whatever it may be? Do you think they're just playing a part? Do you like in going along with it? Do you think they like believe it, or do you think they can actually channel something that perfects
Yeah,
their
I think whoever introduced them to it got them believing it. It's no different than when you're a kid and they introduce you to Jesus. If
acting?
some go well, you say Jesus Christ got me through this. If
Hmm.
you're Muslim, whatever you believe in, you're gonna say that got you through it. So if they got you double worshiping or this deity and you actually got through something, you're gonna give all that thanks to that deity. So I just think it's the same way. Yeah, if they believe in that deity and they did the things they did, then they gonna give that power to it. It's no different than you going out before you eat. You pray over your food. Did that deity keep you from getting sick? It's like, no, it's just something you do. You pray before you go on a certain trip. But if they
Hmm.
praying to that deity, they gonna give thanks to that deity. And then when they tell us about it, we like, hold. They doing the same thing we doing. Basically, if you praying to Jesus, they just got a different name. And they
Yeah.
people do weird shit, but it's still they believing in something they can't see. It was introduced to them. I don't think these celebrities just woke up. It was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna believe in something that I never heard of. It got introduced to them, and then they had to practice it. And when they felt like they was ready, they was able to introduce them to the world. You know, that's how I look at it.
I appreciate the video, Chad. Shit.
Yeah.
Morning on the mic.
That's eye open. Somebody
Wake
coming
up
in
to
right before
baby.
12, too.
The Morning Mac Show. Yeah. Coffee on the dash, pages in your hand, big news, small laughs. Right?
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Right this morning, what the hell you on?
I'm at work. Y'all know what I'm on.
Yeah, I say, yeah. Any money in your pocket? I mean, anybody feel uplifted a little bit.
I'm trying my hardest to build something. And in order for me to build something, I got to put the energy and the power and the footwork in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right about that, Chad. Repetition is a part of mind control. You know,
and at the same time,
you hear it enough, you're gonna be like, you're gonna start bumping your head to the shit. That's like the movie.
I want change, and it's the only way I can get change. Yeah, I want change. Let's be honest.
That's a fresh example of somebody going for the change they want to see. I ain't mad at that at all. That's what I want to see more of, more action from people and stuff. Anyway,
what's going on with y'all though? How y'all feeling this morning?
Shit, good. You 3 minutes before not even being in the morning anymore.
Sean.
You know, that's a good day for real.
I just seen your nephew too, Marley. He gonna come through.
30-some nephews.
Sure, you know what I'm talking about.
Out of all of them, that one. The one that's older than me.
Right.
So he gonna come do some work with you or something?
No. He said he was knocking on the door and shit, but he never get no answer.
Duh. They
I
never
know.
asked to go for shoot. Why you sending them here?
No.
If I want to see my nephew, I see him.
I just
Give him $10 for me then. That's all he want, probably some money. Give him $10. Next time you see him, don't tell me, man, he needs some money. I get back to you when you see me, man.
Right, man.
I'm gonna send my man all the way around the world. You probably just needed something. Yeah, that's
no. He wasn't asking for nothing.
Yeah, he gonna ask you. That's why I said give him $10. Just
I understand that, but what you think he won't ask me? You tripping? That nigga asked me too. If I got it, I give it to him without a doubt. I'm gonna have to give him something for you. Stop.
Nah.
Well, they say go ahead and redirect the conversation, and you know how to handle it in the future. After today,
I don't give a fuck what the situation is. That man always make sure he stop and show me love, dog.
Oh,
yeah. So got me fucked up. I don't give a fuck where he at, what situation. If I can help him, I'm gonna help him.
My boy 2K's watching on IG. Boy Lil Sean. What up, y'all? I wish I could share y'all comments on here, but I can't because they only allow me to share the YouTube and the Facebook joints. Y'all follow us on YouTube and Facebook. We definitely can put
up. Read our comments in the live joint. I know other platforms is jumping. They play the music over. Oh yeah. About the repetition.
Yeah. We try and get. That's why we on here Monday through Friday. Get with the repetition.
Get with the repetitions, man.
They supposed to be locked in. It's 3 years now. They supposed to be locked in. 10:30 a.m. Nah, but that's how it was with me with that song, that T.I. joint. I hated that song. That you can have whatever you like. You can
that joint.
yeah. I hated that song, and then I played it so much.
I hate all that nigga songs.
I put myself singing that motherfucker.
Not too much on T.I. All right.
Man, you said you hate all the T.I. songs.
Yeah, I hate all that nigga song. Okay, thanks.
Man, Rubber Band, man.
I hate all that nigga. I hate T.I. How about that?
I love my bite.
I can't stand that.
What's happening? You hate us.
That means I'm gonna play the next time we all go somewhere. I mean, my own song too.
Man, don't wait. I was lit when he
T.I. tracks on the whole trip. All T.I.
When he had the head almost falling off and shit on.
That was my shit. And that motherfucker leaning like a goddamn. Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, all T.I. songs for Uncle E when we go somewhere. That's all right. Whole group gotta listen to T.I. album from the beginning to
That
the
ain't
end.
happening. You.
Oh,
That's why I don't listen to T.I. I don't listen to Drake. And I'm definitely not listening to Rick Ross. I
right.
ain't listening to neither one of them clown niggas.
let me
So
see.
actually, that segue you into what we was talking about anyway before you jumped in. How you feel about the influence um that these people can have on us in general. Taz is bringing up a video about the industry, the control behind it. The video didn't get all in the frequencies and stuff, but generally the same conversations we be having on here. How you feel about that? The influence and pull that these artists.
I honestly agree with what Marley said. The people that be can't create music. You know what I'm saying? They can't create that platform to speak to other people's through the I say the transmission of music. So, they tell you, okay, we're gonna let you be in music, but I mean we're gonna make you big, but you gotta push this agenda. You gotta push this agenda. We don't need you talking about no songs that's gonna build you up. We need some songs that's gonna talk about killing, using drugs, and this is what people see as the life. So people chase that and then end up being in the life fucked up. So, like I said, I agree with Marley. They trick people into making the music, and the music is just to control the masses.
Mm, solid enough.
Yeah, I don't know. They get niggas
And that's
believing
it.
Santa. They can get people believing Santa Claus. And it's like, come on, man. Like I can think they can get us believing any deity that we don't even see. All they gotta do is have a book and say, look, and it got a couple of pictures, but we gotta understand language was created at one point. It didn't always exist. Like people ain't just come out this motherfucker writing books. Like it took time. And we created that. So people come up with stories. They got all type of Greek gods and all that. And a lot of them same people. They just keep renaming them. So it's like, who is Zeus? It's the same motherfucker. Lucifer, Satan is the same people. Jesus, it's the same deity. So it's just like they just tweak little things here and there. So it's like wars, all of them the same person, but they all born to a virgin. So it's just like, I don't know. I just be like, how the hell do they get away with this? It's like believing in Peter Pan. Like if somebody was to find a Harry Potter book 1,000 years from now, they gonna think we's flying out this motherfucker on broom.
Right.
But it's safe for them to come up with this story. Who to say who the fuck, like none of this shit ain't already happened.
I
Who
know.
to say giants ain't real? Who to say dinosaurs didn't really roam the earth? It's a lot of things they put out here, but it's just like, come on, man. I gotta see it though. I can't just go off of somebody's story who wasn't even around when they wrote the story about people that they weren't around when they was living. How you write
Yeah.
a story about somebody who died 600 years before you was born?
Right.
Like, how the fuck is that possible? It's just like, how the fuck? I be trying to figure this shit out, man. I can't. I'm done. Oh, what up, Slim? My man Sean and tapped in with us.
What's up, son?
Southeast Fine and Slim. Appreciate you tapping in with us, bro. Man, Butter, man.
What's up, brother man?
Up,
Damn, not rolling ahead. 12. What's happening today with the algorithm?
I got that little spray. My man Butter, man, got that good spray right here, Slim.
Yeah.
That Prada Sports. This shit good, man. How much these bottles? I might have get another one. I had to gift one of these joints to somebody, man. Support my brother,
Still
man.
in business. Yeah, still in business. Keeping it rolling.
Still a
I
lot of
pop
those
up
stories.
on my day.
Exactly, right? How the sun go around the 12 zodiacs, but they gave Jesus became the sun instead of S-U-N, S-O-N. But why he ain't going around the zodiacs? Oh, we gave him 12 disciples. It's like it's the same shit. It's just like they just tell you the story how the sun evolved around the sky, and they turned them to real people. So it's just like that was smart. I can't knock them for that. That was smart. What was
Yeah.
that?
You do know it's the zodiac missing, right?
Yeah.
That's trying to look into that zodiac that's missing, because the zodiac that's missing says a whole lot.
There's Zodiac missing, but the thing is, How would that say a lot? Because that the zodiac was created. That's what people gotta realize is if somebody came up and decided to say, "Hey, look, it's 13 zodiacs," and then somebody else came along and said, "You know what? It's 12 now." How can we say one missing when all of it was created? You know, somebody created the zodiacs. Somebody created all of this stuff was created, and then they always go back to God created everything. So if we know everything was created by God, everything that came from man, we know ain't come from God. It just like it just don't make sense. I be mind boggled sometimes, but
with that shit.
we all been young. We all believe they're saying at one point, but when you grown and somebody can tell you a deity exists and you ain't saying it or anything like that, I mean that's vicious. They got you.
A lot of that should be fear, though, in my opinion. A lot of that fear is put over you with, like, what age you're supposed to, like, find your way and all that type of shit.
Dragon. That's what he's telling the dragon. Slim. Why is it a dragon depicted everywhere? Everywhere, Slim. But for some reason, they don't like act like they didn't exist. They got all these movies and TV shows. Just like if dragons didn't exist, what the fuck did y'all come up with this idea from? Like, who even think of some shit like that? Yeah, it's gonna have wings, it's gonna be big, and it's gonna fly, and it's gonna breathe out fire. It's like, god damn, but it's just weird because the zodiacs in China, when that and that's China, they got a dragon, and all the other animals is real animals. So it's just like, why would they have one mystery animal on there and the rest of them real? You know, it's like, nah, I look into that. I look into that. The dragon is popular. It definitely is. I think there's something to that. Let me mute. They lit over there. Yeah.
I'm trying to, you know.
Oh man, we've been on this joint for years now, bro. Probably about me personally, I've been on about 7-8 years, but this show probably been about 3-4 years now. We about to go ahead and see what our boy Al got for us for the day get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we be on all this, Sean. You send us some videos or anything you want us to speak on or talk about, man. Send it to me.
I'm about to think to y'all. Yeah, time is
Yeah, moon cycles. You know, time's even created. You know, like somebody really came around and said it's 24 hours in a day. Like, who created an hour? Where'd the word hour come from? But people don't believe in horse. But the word hour come from horse, the sun. Sundial, that's what they used to do, you know. So that was just a way of keeping up. But it's probably one day, it just keep repeating itself, you know. But everything got cycles, I believe. So somebody decided, let's keep count and see how many times the sun go around and what happens. And I think it was smart. It just people find ways to demonize every fucking thing. What up, Angel?
What's going on, son?
Still doing.
He said we got Al's question coming up.
Morning Mac Show. Every morning, 10:30 a.m. to 12:30. Let's go. Tune in every morning, city locked in live. Morning Mac Show where the real ones thrive. Positivity, motivation, conversations raw. Al's question of the day got the whole world involved. From the hustle to the healing, we speak like through the pain. Special guests dropping gems while we building up the game. Whole squad on go. Wake up and boss up with the Morning Mac Show. Molly Mom bring the energy, pressure and facts. Trade money, keep it solid when the combo get cracked. Aldine and McFarlane dropping wisdom and grace. While DJ slide, I set the vibe with the bass. Blue Phoenix rising motivation on flame. Mission Merit bring perspective while elevating the game. We ain't just talking gossip, we inspire with minds. Giving game to the people while exposing the signs. Monday motivation got the hustle inspired. Turn up Tuesdays got the city on fire. Wellness Wednesdays talk peace and mental health. Cause real success ain't just money and wealth. Tall Tale Thursdays got the wild stories flowing. Then Freaky Friday hitting.
I told him we gonna start bringing some of them fucking songs to the forefront. You're
Yeah, I
gonna
heard
be using that shit
about
just for the
that.
questions. You're gonna bring some of that shit here. I listen to
Yeah,
it.
appreciate that. We about to come out with a morning Mac show
I'm gonna
mixtape,
tap back
nigga.
in. Hold on.
Hey, I ain't never hit my name in the song, Slump. Hey, I got lit. Now I know how niggas be feeling when they get their name mentioned in songs and shit. Like my man put me on, Slump. Hey, I appreciate that hour. The questions of the week get better and better each week,
Better and
man.
better each week, bro.
Yeah, they get better and better. This one,
Question of the day: would you rather? It says A, master your emotions. Under that, it says stay calm, stay centered, control your mind, control your life. B, master money, financial freedom, options, security, legacy. Master C is master communication. Connect, influence, inspire your words can open up doors. And D is master self discipline. Do it when it's hard. Build the life you want. Yeah, that's
mm,
easy.
hey, you
Better.
can only choose one, and why?
It'll be I think I'm already good at A, B, and C. I would say B because my ass lay here right the fuck now when I should be getting up and doing certain shit. So I know it's discipline. Um, the A, B, and C I worked on. B is the ending part as I transition out of here. But I'm understanding. And the more I keep digging, the more I'm understanding how to move on paper and how things need to look. They say you gotta play the game or whatever. I'm understanding the beginning steps of how to get into the game the way I want to. But the discipline is the thing that I feel like I lack for real. It's just always being on point. Like sometimes you lay there and you feel like I need to get the fuck up and you don't. It'll be me sometimes. So I feel like mastering discipline is what I'm on.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see it. You can see it? Nah. Nah, you might need some glasses too. That look. Got that. I need glasses. Let's see. You probably froze. Oh yeah, you froze.
Can you see it, Uncle E? The question that's up?
I saw it.
7 days of the week, 7 C's.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I pick number D. And the reason why I pick number D is because if you have self discipline about yourself, your decisions will be so calculated.
Right, true.
Yeah. You said you pick which on?
I say I pick D because if I can master my self discipline, then that means the things that I don't need, I will not seek them out. I'll make a whole lot of better decisions. I will see everything before it happens.
Yeah. I mean, I like all of them. I think all of them good, but for me personally, I think I go with C. Connect, influence, inspire. You can open doors. I like to open doors for other people. I like to inspire other people. Even communication, I mean, I'm dealing with other people. I think a lot of the other stuff is more self-centered things that we should work on, but the things I believed I already worked on. Money that's gonna come regardless. Definitely, if you make the connections that you should be making, if you're out there communicating, if you're a master at that, that's gonna come with that anyway. So I definitely like that C for me, personally. I think that being an influence on the world and other people out there and opening doors for others, that'd be always remembered by me just, having my own, being able to financially do certain things and spiritually just being grounded. I think that's some things that you should work on eventually, but I think I've been past those spots. So I'm gonna go with what y'all going with in there? I see Sean said D, not another.
Yeah, I said that, but I don't need to reiterate all the time. He said number D, but it's all good. It's all good if you know what he's talking about.
I know, right? Because D is the fourth number, the fourth letter.
So my thing
Hey,
is, what do you think
might be talking in code.
you can level up with your communication? Since you picked something different, what do you think you can level up and get? Because you said you've been through the other ones. That's cool because I had the same sentiment for selecting D and feel like I got through the other ones. What do you feel like you need to level up in your communication to consider it master it or be where you want it to be?
I mean, to say you master something is like that's the best you can possibly get. You know, like you can't be a master at something and not be great. I don't think I mastered at communicating. I don't think I master even at my emotions and everything yet. You know, I'm still always got work to do. But I think if I can master communication, that's just big for me. Like that's how deals get done. Communication. That's how relationships stay together, friendships stay together. It's been a great communicator, you know. So you can have all the money in the world, but it's just like if I can't communicate with the people I'm trying to spend money with or make money with or give money to, it's just like it's pointless. So, you know, to be able to master that, like I think that'd be great. That's damn near God out here. If you can master communication, because that means you could talk to anybody. I mean, I could be out there with the homeless and I can still communicate with him. I could be out there with some people that own 5-star restaurants and stuff. I can still communicate with them. So that's how I looked at it, being able to communicate. And I think that's still something I got to work on. But, you know, it takes time. So to be a master at that, you know, that means I get to skip all that life experience that it take to become a master at communicating and be right now. So, yeah, that's what I think.
Solid enough. It's
it's
hard to choose one and choose all. If I had to choose one, though, it would be master
And we got 2 D's, man. Master self-discipline. So I mean that's big, you know. Self-discipline is probably the hardest thing you can possibly do out here, you know, for self. You know, a lot of people think it don't matter what it is. You say you want to start working out. I don't give a fuck what, like that's hard. You know, if you've been out of for you want to stop drinking. I don't care what people say. That's why I encourage anybody, like you stop drinking, man. That's what's up. Keep it going, you know, because I know it ain't easy to stop doing anything that you've been doing for a long period of time. And that's self-discipline. So it's like getting up, getting to it even when you don't feel like it, you know. So I can understand why people will want that, you know, and I think that's something big to have. So you got self-discipline, you probably can get everything else done. That's probably how they looking at it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Personally, he said personally he need A to master his emotions.
Sean needed that shit since we was kids, boy. Sean used to beat the police up. I was like, hold on, this dude different,
Calm
man.
down, Slim. Calm down, Slim.
You like Sean, they got us. He like shit. Ha ha ha. He's like this dude different, man. But hey, you gonna get this, Sean. Keep working on it, Slim. You doing a lot better than when we was young. I'm sure you is, because you on here commenting with us. So I'm pretty sure you done worked on that. So keep working on it, bro.
I don't even take the word, even though, like, not to dig into it all deep and make it something that it's not. I don't even, when I look at the word master something, I don't look at mastering as in completion. I look at it as a certain step that you made. You made it over a certain milestone with it. That you're not like, okay, you understand your money. You know you ain't about to go out and hit the club and, you know, them big booty bitches is enough for you to drop a whole stack, a whole, you know, $800 or your rent money or something. You master your, like, you know, they go hand in hand, but you understand like how to navigate or your emotions. You ain't gonna let nobody just say, oh, you full of shit. You be like, I ain't full of shit. I ain't full of shit. I feel like you passed around where shit, not that it's not room to grow, but I feel like it just can't nobody get you there. Like, it's not too many people with like foresee, for instance, not too many people that you can't already talk to. It's not like, you know, I don't think, I know the word is master it, but I don't think master as like, you don't have no more work to do. I just feel like you passed a certain, like, you cross a certain line with it, and you don't have to, things that would throw people off with A, B, C, and D wouldn't, or whatever it is that you pick, it wouldn't affect you the way it would affect them because they, you know, because you put in the legwork for, or the shadow work.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really master means the end. I just feel like you have a certain realm with it. Because as long as you're alive, it's something to learn. So I'll never say that I'm done with anything.
You know? But it's like you go to school, that don't make you the smartest kid that went to school. You got your master's. This means you had to put in a certain period of time. So you ain't put that amount of time into whatever it is that you're trying to do. You're not a master of it. And even if you put in that time and get your master's or become a master at it, you still gotta keep your skill up hard to stay at that skill. You know, you can't just say, oh, now I'm a master you know, I could just slack now. Like I ain't got to work on these things or whatnot. It's like, nah, you got to still work on it, you know, to stay where you at, or you drop. You won't no longer be a master anymore. So it's no different than getting your muscles up and you become strong. You can bench 350, 300 or something like that, and you decide not to work out for 2-3 years. Like, nah, you're not gonna be as strong as you used to be. You're not gonna be able to just throw that shit around. Probably ain't gonna be able to pick it up. So you gotta constantly work to stay where you at, you know, but you still can be a master at it, you know. But to stay where you at, you gotta constantly work, you know.
Yeah,
That don't mean you done.
that's a good analogy.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
don't mean you done.
analogy.
I like the
Good
question
answer
though,
now
Al.
too.
Yeah, Al always got some good ones, man. I don't even think Al in here to see it.
No, not today. You know, he busy with all the stuff that's coming up. He working on a lot of little things. So even if he can't, he submitted that joint. He sent it early. Sent it a few hours before the show this morning, or each morning. So I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm hearing me twice. I think that
Okay.
was good. Yeah, it was
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Self-discipline. Well, I was saying something. Maybe to my Spike Lee hat. Yeah, we gotta definitely link up, bro. Definitely get up, man. Anytime I'm here in the city, I'm in DC. Who's that said they was trying to sign that?
I
That
don't know who.
Phoenix?
Phoenix trying to sign into what? Facebook?
I don't know.
I ain't know her. I don't know who that is. It might be Phoenix, but I thought it was Louisa Harrell on Facebook. Not
Yeah,
to yell out the government name and shit, but I thought it was under her actual name on YouTube. Because it
nah,
ain't
people gave
people
us.
gave us addictive devices and taught us nothing on how to understand the body, especially if addiction runs in your family.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. I feel like you gotta go through something of addiction, whether your ass, uh, I don't know, it's caught up with social media. I mean, I don't know. It's not. It's when people realize that they have an addiction to it. People don't understand, can't identify what a dopamine rush feel like, so they don't know that's what they're getting off of whatever they think. You know, it's serving them that they keep, they can't like break away from. I feel
yeah,
you on
I be wondering like what's some of those things people are addicted to that they didn't know was bad before they start doing it.
yeah.
People addicted to like alcohol, but before you took your first drink, did you not know people was addicted to alcohol?
Right.
Did you not know that you know what alcohol could do to you before you start smoking? Did you not know people addicted to smoking? So it's just like I don't know. It's just like we can easily always blame family traits and oh it came from my family and stuff. Like nah, I just think they was programmed to do certain things and now you've been programmed to do the same. You know, but it's just like to say you only smoke or addicted to this thing because they was addicted to it. It's like I don't know because there's a lot of kids out here that do the opposite of what they seen growing up in the house, and that's only because they ain't like what they seen. So I still think it depends on the individual. You know, like when you become an adult, it's you making decisions. It might suck that sometimes we make bad decisions. That's part of being human. You know, it's never too late to start over, to get back up and try it again. But you got a lot of people out here, they look for things to blame, people to blame, even ancestors, they ain't even fucking around. They dead. You know, they like, well, you know, my great, great, great used to like nigga, she lived and died. Let her live. I mean, let her rest in peace, dog.
Right.
They always like the well, you know, we passed down that trauma and this and this. That's why I'm like this. Like, no, you like this because shit hard right now. You know,
Mhm.
might be low on money. You know, bills might be piling over, but don't act like it came from generational shit. You know, nah, you got to get out here and get it how grandma and them had to do it. But at the same time, they might have it worse than we did. So enjoy the opportunities that we got. You can be an entrepreneur these days. You can be a gamer. You can be an online motherfucker, YouTuber. You can do all types of things. But at the end of the day, it still takes sacrifice. Nobody just start in something and be great at it. Nothing just start off and you be like instant success. And I think that's what people go wrong at. You know, they want to do something that they like and love, but they don't see the instant success and they don't want to put in the hard work that it takes to get there. So they just find shit to blame, you know. Well, you know, the government, they don't never let you do shit. Then how he doing it? You know, that's how I used to look at it. It's just like, well, you know, the white man don't want you to have nothing. Then how that black family get it?
Right.
Well, they did this and they did, then let's do that.
My house. Ain't no white people ever lived in my house. I ain't ever worried about this shit
Like,
that.
let's do that. Like, it's people out here that look just like us, that come from the same conditions that we come from, that's striving. It just that a lot of them don't come back and try to get a blueprint or pull people with them, because a lot of times they get pulled back down, you know. So it's scary for a lot of people. They be like, I can't help my own people. The minute you try to help them, they try to drag you back down with them instead of allowing them to pull you up, you know. So I get why some people hesitant, but I still think it goes a lot with the individual. When you become an adult, it's time for you to start making decisions on your own. Whatever decision you make, you got to live with it, good or bad. But the only way to learn from it is to understand that I made a mistake. You know, like, I'm gonna learn from it. I won't make this mistake again. But some people get in that embarrassed stage. They don't want to let people know the mistakes they make. Or they feel like this age, or I should already know that. Man, I ain't know how to apply for a loan. I ain't know how to apply for to get a car. I just went out there. I was winging it. And my parents would have been able to tell me if they did it, but they didn't. You know, but I ain't make that excuse. I had to figure out the hard way too. They taxed the shit out of me. You know, they gave me all type of crazy interest rates and stuff like that. I was paying like $400 on a car note and $300 something on car insurance. But I was just happy to be driving. But the next time I learned from it, you know, I found out, okay, now I'm only paying $2 something. You know, now my insurance only like $125. You know, now I understand, oh, if I get it in somebody older name, it can be even cheaper. You just learn how to play the game once you get in it. And a lot of us ain't got help going in. So once we in it, we finding out by taking losses. We take L's by finding out. By the time we find out, it's too late. But we know, okay, when I get this back, this I'm gonna do it this time. And then if somebody else going through it, hey, they'd be like, you lost your car? Yeah, motherfucker, because I ain't had nobody like me around to tell me what not to do. You know,
Right.
it's each his own though. He said he wanna have.
I want to ask y'all, do y'all think it's a victim mentality purposely being pushed on the people? What's y'all thoughts on that? And victim mentality in terms of what? Because I see a lot of different vices that people go to play victim or stuff. I think a lot of people, if we're talking about the same couple thoughts that come to everybody's mind when someone asks a question like that, I think that a lot of people are miseducated on a lot of the facts. A lot of people take what is presented to them on the surface level. A lot of people, if it feel good to them or they feel like they're gonna align with it, they'll stand behind it. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't need to know the facts before they fall in line with something and back it. Because I hear a lot about, for instance, oh, you know, we were slaves and stuff back in the day and all that. I wasn't. You wasn't. Your parents wasn't. Your grandparents wasn't. You know, like, we do attach ourselves to people, can fall into the victim like mindset, and it will have them thinking, oh, these people owe me this and somebody owe me that, when it wasn't even the time that you lived in. I think it's easy for people to fall in line with stuff if they're not somebody who digs for the right information, right? You know, if you're not digging for information and you're trying to like uncover and unturn every stone, I feel like you can possibly be weak-minded and fall into a spot of you know, the victim mentality, you know, because people band together and share that around, you know, more than they do positive information.
I think so. I think it's being pushed purposely, you know, because as long as people get to point the finger at other places, they never do for self. And I think we all been there before. You know, you got people be like, oh, if my father did this when I was young, or if my mother did this when I was young. Oh, I ain't had nobody to do this and do that. It's just like, God damn, it's just like, it's an excuse after excuse after excuse. And it's just like, if you just look at yourself in the mirror, it's like, what can I do now? What do I need to do now to get this shit done and stop blaming other people? You got if that don't work, they blame the devil. Oh, you know how that devil be working out here. Be like,
Everybody
guess
need to
what?
wake up.
Yeah, it's back up for everything. It's the devil, it's the family, it's the environment. It's always somebody or somebody's fault. It's never the person. And I was like, once they start pushing that, you start seeing that in a lot of videos. Oh yeah, you can't do this. You know why you never win? Because of this person, that person. You know why you can't start that company? Because this motherfuckers out here who be hating. It be the motherfuckers that you grew up with and you love and da da da. Like, come on, man. Like that's negative, you know. Yeah, and they don't talk about all the people who did make it, how them same type of people in their crowd is the reason they made it. The support they was getting from their family, their friends, and their community and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you still got to put in the work. I'm just saying, anybody out here, if your family like your music or whatever it is, that's still not enough for you to be famous.
Of course.
That's not enough. It's just like, okay, they all go in there liking, comment. It's when the people that don't know you start liking and commenting your shit. You know, but you gotta put in the work to reach those people. You got a lot of people just play the victim game, and I think it slowed them down. So I keep pushing it too. If I'm the people at the top, why not push it? Let's keep on pushing. Let's make up TV shows when a girl or somebody, a big dude or somebody feel overweight, so they don't want to actually pursue certain things. It's gonna keep pushing them back. You got some people feel like they ain't read good enough, they don't speak good enough, so they won't say certain things. They won't read certain books because they feel like they ain't. It's like we got to get out of this worrying about what other people think and this victim mentality stuff, because only person gonna live and die is you. Like at the end of the day, when you came to this earth, it's you. When you get sick, you in that motherfucking hospital, you feel that pain. So it's like, stop, man, letting people stop you from experiencing life. There's a lot of life to live out here. And every day you sit back worrying about who doing this and who doing that, you missing out on it. That's why it's called the present. You can't worry about the past. You can't get too caught up in the future. Focus on the present. Because you too caught up in the future and the past. Every day, did you actually live? The
Right.
living is right now. You know, living is right now. Talking right now, walking, whatever it is you doing, that's right now. But a lot of people get caught up on, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do next month. You know, shit, next week, and now you starting to panic. You're not enjoying life. This temporary. We know too many people that's dead and gone. So it's like live for them at least. Get up, walk around for them. Because you know, if a lot of them was here, they'd be out here getting it. I know a lot of people that if they was alive right now, they'd be out here working right now, grinding, getting up, calling me 5 in the morning. What time? Hey, bro, it's time to get to it, bro. What you doing? So it's just like, man, even for them, get out here and live. Don't get caught up in the past or the future. That's how I look at it, Taz. Get out of that victim mentality shit, man. We all fuck up sometimes.
Just like I know mental health can be a real thing, I just think everybody is following a trend now. Everybody got ADHD. Everybody is. I'm tired of all that shit too. Any motherfucker that's talking about, and I'm not dismissive. I ain't judgmental. I can only judge or not even judge it. Really, I can only absorb what the hell you present. Everybody and their mama ADHD and got this and got that. And like Molly say all the time, half these motherfuckers ain't even been to the doctor's office, ain't been nowhere for nobody to diagnose you. You read some shit on WebMD and you like, oh, this is what I got and all that. That's a part of that, my bad. That's a part of that victim mentality and stuff too, because people want to fall in line with something that's gonna make motherfuckers be like, it's okay and shit. And ain't nothing wrong with your ass. You just need to get the fuck up and get the fuck over whatever it is that you're going through. Like, it ain't work out your shit. You gotta heal from your shit so you can stop being anxious and nicked up. You doing bad shit out in the street, yeah, you probably will be looking over your shoulder and think somebody coming after you because you're doing shit. Not that that's always the case for everybody, but a lot of the people that's dealing with something, they sowing the seeds. Like they sowing the exact same seeds and wonder why they getting bad fruit from that shit. You know how niggas do, Taz. You look at one or two little symptoms, you wonder why you're anxious. No, because you need to sit the fuck down. Your ass eating all that bad shit, wondering why you nicked up. It's because your gut trying to tell you, so people gotta identify. My point is people gotta identify what the hell is coming from. What is the source or whatever it is they said. I don't believe in all that ADHD. Back then they whipped your ass and you sat the fuck down type shit. It wasn't no ADHD and all that type of shit. You gave them something to do. Niggas went outside. Niggas was on the playground. Certain things that eliminated problems that people deal with now. Y'all don't get outside. Why you think your kid full of energy if y'all don't ever go out to the park or he or she never run it off or whatever the fuck? Like so people need to identify what's wrong, what's actually wrong with them.
Hey, I mean, it's called create a problem so you can create a solution, and that's all they do. They create problems and they become the solution. Oh yeah, kids got ADHD, they got autism, they got this, they got that, and you know who got the solution for all that shit? The same motherfuckers. So now they ain't got a patient from when he about 15 till he died. They got patients from 5 years old now. Now you got kids out here as little as 4 or 5 years old already on medication because their parents took them there and they say, oh, he got this. We're gonna have to prescribe him medicine. Basically, that's a drug dealer. And he basically telling you, hey, look, I'm trying to sell your kid some drugs. Your job is to protect your kid. But they don't care because they know at the end of the day, if I let him prescribe my kid these drugs, they gonna get paid and we might get a check because now he got this condition. And as years go on, that medicine help him get that condition. And now he can't go without the medicine. And now they be like, nah, I'm happy he got that medicine because if he didn't know, y'all just fucked this whole system up. He's a kid. They don't need nothing. It's crazy that why you think kids can't drink water when they first come out the womb? It's not natural for us to drink water, but they trick us and tell us water is the best thing for the body. No, the babies let you know what's best for your body. The minute they tell you you can't give a baby this and the baby shouldn't drink this or eat this, that's the same shit we shouldn't be eating or drinking. They'll try to say the body ain't big enough for strong. No, they ain't put enough of that poison in them so he can take in that other bullshit. That's why they give out kids all these vaccines and stuff. And that's what's causing the problem. Let everybody go out there and say we don't want to take no vaccine shots. We don't want none of those jabs and shit to go back to school because the Amish community, they don't have no signs of ADHD, autism, or none of that. And the only difference is they don't take these booster shots or anything. They don't take these. You must have these shots before you go to school. I remember that as a kid. Like the school would not let you come to school until you get your shots, and your parents got to take you up there to get your shots. And that shot is the reason why a lot of us couldn't sit still. We wondering why this kid just loved to fight and all this shit. It ain't got nothing to do with him. It ain't they hit bad kids. Parents got him on all this medication they giving him. So they just think he just they fucking us over, man. It's a trick bag. I ain't going for it.
She said they gave people Juice WRLD to go along with the depression state people be saying they're in. Then said, oh, he died from a drug overdose. How do we know he really died? Agenda's being pushed.
Sure,
yeah. See, that opened up a lot of layers. You got the 27 Club and a whole bunch of different other little joint. And I think he could have been one of the people in that club. But there's a lot of them artists that knew that they wasn't going to make it past a certain point. Knew that it was going to go at 27. Knew that was the age. But yeah, you got a whole lot of artists like that. Pull all the emo kids and all the kids that got that kind of dark cloud on them. There's somebody push for everybody. That's why there's all these celebrities, movie stars, and all that popping out every single day. That's why there'll never be a ending cycle to try to pull in more people to sign contracts and get signed, get on TV, make music, because it got to be somebody for everybody. I was saying the other day that social media got the rest of the people. You know how you got people that say, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't gamble, I don't whatever, I go to church or whatever, but you the same one that can't get your ass off Facebook. You the same one can't stop scrolling on your phone. So they're going to get you some kind of way, but yeah, they got an artist for every avenue because they know there's somebody that fits that mold. So, it's a never-ending cycle for real. But yeah, SS and Tati on all them niggas for real.
Yeah, I don't believe they gone, Tazzy. I think the industry, they just smarter than a lot of people. And when you talk about it, it just sound weird to most people because they just fans. But if I'm them, if I just be like, people just got to start thinking like they ass. It's just like, if I'm them, Slim, at the end of the day, I'm not going to just bring out an artist. Like if Taz wanted to come out as a rapper, he's not going to come out as his appearance right now. I'm going to make sure we change him up. We might put a burnt mark around his whole motherfucking face and say it came from some shit. So in 3 years, we gonna kill this character off, and he can go back to being his regular self with all this makeup and shit on and live his life. And we can constantly keep doing this over and over. You know, we can pull on people hot chakra over and over and over, and that'll be smart. I like that better than actually offing real people. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't want them to really be offing people, but I think anytime you see these celebrities today that come out, they don't look as they really appear. You know, it's like we see the appearance that they portraying to us, you know, but I don't think they look like that off camera. I think that they already come on camera with a certain mask on or a certain look. So when they do kill this character off, we think this person really died. We don't have to worry about saying it because they not really done. Basically, it's like White Chicks or Big Mama House. Imagine they killed off Big Mama, the character. Martin still is really him. So if they killed off Big Mama, it's like wouldn't matter. People would think Big Mama died, but he still gonna be Martin. He can play another woman and keep doing it over and over. And I think they doing that with all these different characters. It's only smart to do that because then you can recycle. You ain't gotta really worry about losing people and dealing with real people in the real world. Like if I get famous, my real family would know it. You know, they would be real people to tell the story. But if they just throw somebody at us, we don't know where they came from. They can give them a backstory. You be like, who this nigga? Like you don't know them. You say, you being the me.
I ain't gotta apologize when y'all not able to get on. People have lives. So it's all good. Thank you for that reaction on the morning page, though. I seen that before your comment. But I ain't gotta apologize. People got shit to do. You know?
Yeah, we already know, Venus. But about that time anyway, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube for y'all get up out of here. So tomorrow when we go live, y'all get the notification. For those who might not know, we on here Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 12:30. Sometimes we go to 1 to 1:30, depending on how good the conversation is. So tomorrow's Tuesday. Y'all see my girl Venus on here. To get people to push real agendas. There we go. Yeah, that's what they doing. I believe that. I really believe that, man. I can be tripping, but I just be telling people what I believe don't make it true. That's why it's called a believe. That's why y'all believers out here. People don't even understand that. You are a believer. You believe this shit is real. They don't make it true. You know, so this shit that I believe that they doing, but I don't know it to be true. But it just make more sense to me. If I'm in a position, I'm not killing off my real peoples and real humans out here. We gonna act this shit out just how we do in the movie. Niggas know if Ghost dead or not. You know, niggas don't know if Ghost dead. They still trying to figure it out. Show me the body, man. So it's just like look at it like that, man. A lot of these characters that they present to us, they ain't nothing but characters. And the minute they want to get rid of their character and want them to be somebody else, they be somebody else. Look into Juice WRLD. Look more into Juice WRLD. It's a lot that he left behind before they killed off this character to let the rest of the world know how to decode this shit that he's still alive. And that he just playing another character. He'll be back. If he not already back, the kids probably figure out who he is now. But they do it with Robert Williams and everybody. I hope they did it with Michael Jackson as well. Because he been going viral too. I know y'all seen the Michael Jackson video. They told me they done ran into Mike in another country on the bus. I don't put it past these people, man. Cloning is real. Before I die, y'all gonna kill 10 of my clones if I got that type of money. What? I can create a character for 5 years, kill them off, and make money for the rest of my life off a character never exist. Machiavelli, baby. I'm telling you, we turning up. Get some good energy before we get up out of here.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, what to give them. I feel like all the good energy we give them throughout the day be the same stuff that I stand by, and I hate to be repetitive, but it always works for me, which is don't let anybody, knock you off your path. Be sharp about whatever it is you're looking into. Even when you think you've unturned the truth or something, try to unturn it again. It's always something under the surface. It's always something to be discovered. I feel like the day you die is the day that you stop learning. So there's never even though we might say we mastered certain things, I feel like there's, still room for growth. It's always something that you can work on, with yourself. So continue to self-evaluate and try to be the best person you think you can be for yourself, let alone the others around you. This is a bunch of Tupac, Marilyn Monroe, and Elvis.
Let's sing that joint.
They be playing with people too.
Super Bowl joint.
They know people be thinking about it.
Yeah, that was that Super Bowl joint, man. They be throwing you little hints here and there, man. Kanye had a video with Michael Jackson and was at the funeral at the church or something, man. I was like, man, I don't know, man. I don't put nothing past these people. Everything is entertainment to me out here. I just really believe that a lot of the shit that be happening in real life, they be staging. And a lot of shit they stage in these movies be real life events that be going on. They just acting it out and saying, oh, we're just in a movie. Just too much bullshit going out here. But I tell everybody as always, do your own research, your own studies, man. And stay safe out there. We be back tomorrow at 10:30. Y'all know if we get out of here, we got Shitty Flash with y'all.
That part. All right, this is Crooked Smiles. Let me see. Crooked Smiles Booking presents Comedy Night at the Harlem Wolf. Shout out to Destiny Andrews. You'll see her on the show pretty often. She gets on here when she can. Shout out to Truett S. Beasley for being a part of the event itself. This will be hosted by Dustin Eggers on May 21st, starting at 11 p.m. There's going to be a feature performance by Destiny Andrews and Truett S. Beasley, as well as some of the special guests on the premises. Only thing that they're requiring is that you be 18 years and up, and they have a Q&A from Apple Man. Everybody knows that before I got high, dude, he'll be on the perimeters as well. So I definitely think that's going to be dope for a comedy show appearance. Shout out to Destiny and Dustin Eggers for their involvement, and Truett S. Beasley as well. All right, this is Kringus Gills Pie. There's going to be a few people in attendance. It's going to be hosted by Destiny Andrews at 244 Old Telegraph Road in Saraland, Alabama, 36571 for the zip code. You can scan that QR code to get information on. I think it takes you straight to the Eventbrite to be able to purchase tickets. This comedy event is on June 12th. You got a few comedians in attendance: Compton Smith, Frog, and Joe Alfonso. You can go to the website, www.kringus.com, to pre-order, scan the QR code, or you can reach out to Destiny Andrews herself. Doors open for this event at 7:30. Showtime starts at 8 p.m. All right, this is Let's Get Ready to Funny at 2Max Barbershop, presenting the May Melee 2 comedy show. You got a few people in attendance. Shout out to Althea McFarlane, our very own, as well as Philip Page, DC Vega. Let's see, we have Kimberly Tucker, and we have Ronald B.C. Harris. A couple people that I see that join the platform whenever they can. So shout out to Philip and Ronald B.C. Harris. You can reach out to Philip for other events around comedy, as well as like voter registration information. It's a lot of community resources. He has Streetline and stuff that he works with. You can catch them at 6307 Georgia Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. 20011 for the zip code. This is on Saturday, May the 30th, obviously of this year. Shout out to everybody for having things that they're knocking out in the month of May. I see a lot of different things circulating around the airwaves. But this will be at 2Max Barbershop. No place like, I'm good off that one, thank you. No Place Like Home. This will be hosted by David Funnyman Green. You'll see him on the screen pretty often as well. I like the combination of comedic talent and artistry as well. So you got performances by Alex Barnes, Warren Johnson, Ricky Bordax, and you got performance by Chris Lyrical McKenzie. So I love to see all these melanated faces on here, no matter what's going on these flyers. I love to see positive settings and positive environment. Shout out to the Crab Queen for bringing her hot prepared food and stuff to the event space and seeing the collaborative effort between a brother and a sister. This is a BYOB event with $20 tickets all the way around. So there is no order ahead. There is no early bird special, anything like that. It's just a solid $20. It's on May 29th of this year. Shout out to DJ Blaze for being on the ones and twos once again with this event. I love the event space. I definitely recommend it if you can get out to Cumberland, Maryland. It's at 249 Virginia Avenue. It's the Event Center in Cumberland, Maryland. All right, Love and Happiness Spring Comedy Show, everybody. Now today is May 18th. So you only have from May 18th to the 23rd to be able to get your tickets. Obviously, if it's the 23rd, you missed the mark, and that's okay. But I hope that everybody that is a part of this event, does whatever they feel like they need to do to get themselves ready to bring a good show to this entity. Shout out to Althea McFarland for having her face and her name on the event. It will be brought to you by the Morning Mac Show as well. So the team will be there. Me and Molly I'll be helping Molly get all the pictures and footage or whatever to capture this event and have this as something that I'm using as my mark and my win of 2026. So shout out to everybody involved. You got the host of Gwen Factor, special guest Jawan Cap, special guest Gerald Brown, our feature Miss Mimi Manning, as well as the biggest face that you see on the screen, Althea McFarland. We'll also have her son, Sly Ty, the man that handles the music and stuff when it comes to this entity. He'll be there as well. So, scan the QR code. You can hit any of us up to get information on the tickets, or like I said, the QR code takes you straight to Eventbrite. This is at 2109 Avon Ferry Road in Raleigh, North Carolina, 27606 for the zip code.
Get in line, hit that play button, right on time. Big brass, big green, straight through the fog. Start your morning with Mac on the pod. The Morning Mac Show. Turn it up, let it roll. The Morning Mac Show. Take the day by the throat. Hit me first when the world feels slow.
I've been ready to on, man. You're a great show. On show. IG, man. Hello, IG. Step into the YouTube, man. YouTube, and I know y'all here. Shout out to Say What? Say What? You want to hear the pick about that website, that's out of my. Yeah, man. We up out of here.